The Cavs aren't done yet. Ben Simmons is a name. Koby Altman, after making trade for DeAndre Hunter yesterday, has the opportunity to get a Shams Charania report says Ben Simmons actually will be meeting with the Cavs as his buyout is being orchestrated from the Brooklyn Nets. Hey everybody, Billy BB back with you talking Cavs basketball. A lot to talk about lately. We had everything going on before the trade deadline as Cavs Digest is really booming right now. We appreciate everybody who subscribed, dropped down into the comments. A lot of trade talk, and in the future we're going to have to talk about how these pieces fit, minutes, things like that, and now we get to the buyout market. That's our next subject today. Ben Simmons is somebody I want to get your opinion on, so drop down in the comments for sure. Let me know how you feel about it. It seems as though there's been a buyout, and the Cavaliers will have the opportunity to get Ben Simmons. We'll go into that report more in just a second. A little story time about me a few years ago as a Cavs fan, and a little more going on with the Cavaliers as they get DeAndre Hunter. I'm still smiling. I'm still feeling good. Hunter's a great get. I was done with George Niang. I think we prepared ourselves for the departure of Karis LeVert a while ago. So those things happening weren't a gigantic deal. And we get DeAndre Hunter, right? That 3-and-D wing locked up for multiple years. We'll talk about that more, that fit more in the future, especially against the Celtics and teams the Cavaliers may bump into. We will have to do that. So appreciate everybody who has subscribed in the past few weeks, especially with trade deadline talk. If you haven't yet and you've been liking the videos, go ahead and subscribe. If you don't like me, you don't like the videos today during story time, a good laugh for you, a good opportunity for you to kind of rejoice. But want to get to the report that we saw. Actually, last night, Shams was mentioning it. And then we get to today, Ben Simmons finalizing a contract buyout with the Brooklyn Nets to become a free agent. He will meet with the Cavaliers and Clippers starting Friday as he decides his next home. So his contract's already getting bought out, and right away Ben Simmons is taking meetings. Cleveland, one of them. This isn't just a maybe the Cavs will think about it, maybe the Cavs will go after Ben Simmons. It's right away, he had the Cavs in mind. The Cavs want to talk to him. The Cavs want to bring him in. Really interesting to me with Ben Simmons because I know how good of a defender Ben Simmons is. He can guard any position on the floor. He's got great size. Again, we talk about his defensive ability is what he has left. He is a 3-time All-Star, but that was a different life. He was maybe the best player on the Sixers. It was him and Embiid. And, he was a 20-plus point per game guy. Just double-double guy every night in the 20s, passing. Didn't have a shot, but that didn't seem to be a gigantic deal. And, of course, he's been an all-world defender. Then, off the Sixers, dozens and dozens of injuries keeping him out for multiple years, in and out, in and out. It's been a real problem for Ben Simmons. And, definitely a tough road. But he has bounced back. He has proved himself a little bit over the past, I would really say, year and a half, that he can actually be on the floor and actually benefit to a team as a defender. So for the Cavaliers, you ask what the fit is, you ask what he can kind of do for this squad. Right away, he's an elite wing defender, okay? You say DeAndre Hunter's a good defender. He is. He can play some defense. This is what Ben Simmons does. He defends wings. Okay, now like I said, he can defend bigs too, and if he gets switched onto a point guard, he's quick enough to do that also. But he has been noted as a good wing defender. He's specifically played the Celtics well at times when he was on the Sixers. And again, grinding through those injuries has kind of made a lot of people forget. And fair enough, don't know what kind of player he is fully anymore playing real minutes. The Cavaliers are one of 2 teams to gain that interest in Ben Simmons. I'm not sure how you guys all feel about the fit. He can also distribute. I should mention that. He still, has a good handle. He has always had a good handle and good ability to see the floor. Jumping back to a few years ago, I actually had called into 92.3 The Fan. I desperately wanted the Cavaliers to get Ben Simmons. This is back in the Colin Sexton, Darius Garland. The Cavs were bad. And, they were trying to pick between the two. They just weren't winning. And, even pre-Lauri Markkanen, I believe. And I finally thought we should go all in on Ben Simmons. Yes, he can't shoot. My argument was, yes, he can't shoot, but neither can Giannis. And I'm just getting ripped. I'm getting reamed all over the floor. At this point, again, he was a 3-time All-Star. The Sixers dominated the Cavs every time they saw him. He was locking up everybody's best player. I wasn't on the Colin Cowherd, we're good, bro. LeBron, we're good, bro. We got Ben Simmons. I wasn't on that level. But I was ready to give up the farm to make him a Cavalier as he beefed with Joel Embiid and make him a big part of this team. And now it seems, again, there's finally an opportunity for Ben Simmons to join the Cavaliers. Now, my question to you guys is locker room fit. Do you worry about Ben Simmons being a locker room fit? He's been an attitude guy over the past few years. No doubts he's gone through some issues, some problems. I don't necessarily note him as a high vibes guy, right? And it appears that's the type of team you have. You have a fun team. You have a share the ball team, which you can share the ball, but that just speaks to the culture and the people and the coaching. Now, back to coaching. He's had some problems the past few years. Really has been coached. His Philly coach was Brett Brown, who I think after a while was established he wasn't any sort of great coach there, and then time goes on, and he hasn't played meaningful basketball in a long time. So to just assume he'll jump on the Cavs and start distributing and playing wing defense perfectly in whatever minutes they give him, I think it is kind of far-stretched and not necessarily something we can do right now. That's the other thing, minutes-wise. What kind of minutes are you giving him? You just added DeAndre Hunter. You add Simmons to the mix. You want to play him as a wing, as a power forward, as a distributor. Those are Ty Jerome minutes. Those are Dean Wade minutes. Those are Isaac Okoro minutes. And again, I've spoken about how I feel about Isaac Okoro and Dean Wade at this point. But, clearly the Cavaliers felt they should be a part of this roster, so they kept them. Again, it brings back the question of whose minutes and where does Ben Simmons fit if you bring him in as a Cavalier. You can let me know in the comments now. Do you want him to be the main backup point guard and find other roles for guys everywhere? Do you just immediately want to start him as a wing defender and not worry about his inability to shoot, inability to really score confidently? He can score a little bit, but again, you look at his numbers, is that a confident 3-time All-Star to you? No. It's a guy that can distribute the ball a little bit, play some defense, and grab a few rebounds. 6'10's great size. And, you are taking a flyer on the guy, right? He'll wrap up this season and go to free agency. But as I said, you have such a great group, such a fun group. I don't know if chucking Ben Simmons in the middle of everything going on there is such a great idea, especially when you're trying to acclimate DeAndre Hunter. Also, and you've lost, for everything I've said about George Niang, he was a vibes guy, so is Karras. Those guys are gone. So is it too much, too fast for a group to add Hunter and now Simmons and figure out how to work those guys both into the lineup and into the culture? So Ben Simmons will meet with the Cavaliers today. We'll probably know by Monday if he's on the Cavs, so be sure to subscribe, be sure to tune in. We'll give you that update, whether it be over the weekend or whatever. We'll get that to you as quick as we can, as the Cavaliers not done yet. A lot going on for them as the trade deadline's done, but still an ability to add pieces. We'll keep you updated here on Cavs Digest.